What's going on, y'all? All right, we are back. Another Mental Man Monday live stream. Now, took a Monday off, but I went like 8 Mondays hard. I ain't gonna lie, and y'all know I did. I ain't no liar. But we got a lot to talk about today. I tried not to talk about. I wasn't trying to talk about Trump, but this topic I'm gonna talk about because I don't feel like most people are gonna cover it. And I feel like, and then he got his name in it, so of course people gonna click in for that. But it's something that I feel like we need to talk about, but we're gonna get into that in a second. So I do have a guest today, somebody who's also a podcaster in the Houston area that I've recently found. Like I said, it's a bunch of them, but there's a handful of them that's like, I don't want to say the other ones ain't good. But is he one of the ones that's like he got something? I'm gonna just leave it at that, and you take it how you want to take it. But let me go ahead and introduce him so we can go ahead and get started. My guy.
How's it going, man? Appreciate you for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, like I said, obviously, my people can see you on YouTube. And like I said, we live on YouTube right now and LinkedIn and Instagram. But can you tell my people what's your name, where you from, and then tell them where you live now?
How you doing? My name's Lotus. I'm from Washington D.C. Um, right now I'm in Houston. Whatever the Lord take me, I might be next. But for now, we right here in Houston, so it's a vibe.
Okay. Okay. Now, you also are a podcast host, correct?
Right. I got my own podcast. It's called Unhealed and Toxic. Talk about a variety of things. Same thing you talk about yours: mental health, financial health, spiritual health, just health all around. Especially for our African American community, because that's what we see, that's what we can affect daily. So that's what I'm on. But it's for everybody though.
For sure, for sure. Well, like I said, you're the perfect person for these topics today because somebody could say they both unhealed and toxic. I've seen the comments have been going crazy with both of them. So we definitely gonna get into it. So let's get into the first topic for the day because we're gonna talk about after All-Star Weekend is over. Jello, he performed. I ain't gonna lie, I seen we was out somewhere and I seen him perform and I got hyped. I was like, turn it up, turn it up. So he's had a public relationship with business entrepreneur Miss Nikki Baby. She was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. They had a great relationship, from how it looked. And then it looked like he just woke up one day. That's how I look. I'm not saying that's what happened. And he woke up one day and just kind of left her high and dry. And she, of course, was like, and saw that he's with somebody else and basically didn't tell her. So, the internet's been in the blaze because of it. And he actually finally responded to it. Now, he didn't say much, but remember, we're covering what men do. So let's respond, look at what he said, and go from there. Because, yeah, it's interesting. He stated, I'll never leave or abandon any of my kids. So we can did that right now. I love all my babies, and that's Mondo. Y'all don't know nothing for real. All right. We about to unpack this right now. So first of all, I'm gonna start it off with what does this have to do with mental health? Okay, so as we know, and I'm gonna always reiterate, the definition of mental health is a study of how we act, think, and feel. So this man is getting dragged, you know, all every day, all day, for starting a new relationship. Now, one could question, did he handle it the best? I mean, she's only one talking. His response was, y'all don't know nothing for real. I ain't leave my kids. So from the two narratives, once again, in the world we live in, it's another man versus woman debate, you know. And it depends on if you're a man, you usually gonna take the side of a man, and if you're a woman, you take the side of the woman. That's just how I go. That don't mean it's right, but that's how a lot of people do, not everybody. So to the world, it looks like he just basically said, I'm good on you, got him a new woman, and just moved on. Is it how it looks to you?
Be honest with you, I ain't paid too much detail into it. I
Yeah,
think I heard some of probably from a female friend, but
yeah.
me, it's when it's my relationship with um children by him, I feel like at that He could have left her for anything. She probably just ain't wake up in time. She probably ain't changed the baby diaper on time. You never know. He could have
Yeah,
any reason. There's really no reason to leave somebody, but you can make up a reason just why you don't want to be with somebody no more. And then you could, you know, trick your mind to believe that's what it is. But I mean, I feel like you only got one life to live. So if he feel like it was his time to move on from her, or he probably thought she was something at one point, and then he found better, or he probably just liked the different traits that that female had, um, that she didn't. So it could have been any reason. We ain't gonna never know the truth. So that's why I really
exactly,
dig the fact
exactly.
is it's not me, but again the microscope is on him. He's in the public eye, so that has a lot to transpire and to do with it. It's not really. We just know that he has a song. It's captivating to everybody, and then that we're drawn to him, and especially because he, they name ring bells, the Ball brothers. So it's controversy and politics make the world go around. So it's pros and cons to everything. That's how I look at it.
Right. Now, like I said, we'll never know. We're not here to unpack what happened. We just going off what we seen. So, like I said, we going off what she said and his response. He didn't really give much of a response, which I don't want to get too ahead of it because we got a segment where we analyze that. But what I'll say is to how he responded was he just kind of like a quick this, and that was the end of it. Like I said, the Ball brothers ring bells, but in the same time, this is really his first time in the spotlight. She been in the spotlight for some years. So I feel like, and I've said this before a few weeks ago, I forgot who we were talking about, but I was like, when the people get this spotlight on them for the first time, they really don't know how to adjust. When we was talking about Travis Hunt a few weeks, some weeks ago, and that situation that happened with the girl, and and everybody was trolling him and bullying him, we like, y'all, that's a kid, bro, and he young, you know what I mean? He don't, this is his first time in any type of spotlight. So with obviously the Ball brothers, this, what I'm saying, they name ring bells, everybody know who they are, but it's just, to me, I think in this situation, if we go and just based on the definition, the study of how we act, think, and feel, I just think that in this situation, I'm not saying who's right as who's wrong about how he felt. If he felt like this relationship is dead, but if he did do what she say he did, then realistically he could have did a little better, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody can tell you to stay somewhere you don't want to stay, but it's just like the timing was bad, because it's like this lady's pregnant with the new baby. Then, like I said, we don't know, because it's like, what if she was hitting him upside the head, or throwing irons? I don't know. It's like the 50s, but they used to, back in the day, old women used to be having irons at their man head or something crazy. I don't know, but it's just wild, because it's just the timing is bad, and we just have to admit that no matter whose side you on, we have to just agree the timing bad. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see no disruption, especially in the household. But everybody has their reason, and I don't believe you have to have a reason to leave somebody. You could just feel it internally that it's not there no more, and then you can go about your business. But like I said, if we could try to dissect it any type of way, the time and the
Yeah.
person, it ain't going. It's not going to help the situation. We could just only pray that
No.
they could just continue to make the right decisions for their children, and go about it that way. Everything ain't meant to last forever. So it's unfortunate, to see somebody expressing themselves through social media, but who knows what transpired. And probably a learning experience for him. Seemed like to
Yeah.
me, he's young. Probably settled down too fast. Probably really didn't
Mm-hmm.
experience something, or probably just that probably was his first season woman, if it was.
Yeah.
Um, Probably just wanted something real. Maybe he get something out of that girl that he sees something that's not in her, and he probably felt trapped. Never know. Probably didn't want it. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's a man. I know he probably led right by his father, so he'll make the best decisions. We'll see.
I agree. I agree. Let's go to the next segment. WWID. What would I do in this situation? So, a preface, I already kind of told him myself. Like I said, if this situation, I'm a strategic thinker. Not saying this is. I'm not saying I would have. But what I'm saying is that, like I said, we can't judge the timing, because, like I said, he is a little younger. And it probably was a lot on him. And he probably, the thing is, when people make decisions like that, that was premeditated. You don't wake up one day and just like, yeah, I can't, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Cases like that, a lot of times you had been thinking, like even you said, he a little younger. He probably was like, I don't think I want to be locked in like this right now. And then it's like, we already got the first baby and the other one on the way too. Cause who was to say? Cause I've heard situations where people was about to leave and then it was like, dang, she pregnant. So it's like, dang, now she pregnant again. And it's like, dang, now I can't go nowhere. Real quick, do you have kids?
No, I don't have any kids.
Okay. But anyway, in this situation, like I said, if you felt like let's just dive in on that. If it was time for you to leave, we're not gonna get into we just extracting the situation. Forget them at this point. If it's your time to go somewhere, if you don't leave, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's what else is it? Them the main ones at this point, but it's some other stuff too. But if it's your time to leave and you don't leave, that's when depression comes. That's when anxiety comes. That's when the mental warfare in your mind come. You know what I mean? You over here thinking is looking over there like you feel stuck. You feel like that's when you start making those crazy decisions because now it's like, and maybe too, I've heard situations with some older people that I knew, older men especially, where they was ready to leave a situation. So they did some crazy, especially a relationship, and they did some crazy stuff so that the woman wouldn't take them back. They did the most extreme, wild, disrespectful thing. So it was like, I want to get out of here. Let me do something so disrespectful and do this so that she won't take me back. I've
Right.
even heard of stuff like that.
I um I have heard of things, but I can say I feel like as men that really don't come from love. I mean, like your mom love you, your grandma love you, but outside of that, having like real love, sometimes it can be tricked, and sometimes if you're not used to love, it also can scare you too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how good is this to be true? And if
Yeah,
you can love somebody, and as a man, it might sound crazy, you can love somebody and still to a certain extent see other options that you think you got to have just because society influences. That's why I feel like when you get in certain relationships, you just got to cut things off, like phone, social media. Social media that messed up.
yeah,
I'm not gonna even say just even with me. You know what I'm saying? Social media just influence certain things that you want to do. Like I want a podcast, but sometimes I want to get up and get on the internet. You feel me? I don't want to post. I don't want to record. I don't want to talk. So you have those days, and a relationship is not nothing that's going to be easy, especially when you bring other children inside of it. But I mean, and that's just on the low end. But on the end, if they both entrepreneurs, they both marketable. It's like, hey, most people probably you don't know how they're gonna feel. I got money. I can have kids and then still step off and still do what I gotta do. That household ain't breaking. This ain't going nowhere. You feel me? So I mean, that's how some people feel about it. It's just how you go about it. But love can scare you that you will step away. Like, damn, this shit too good to be true. Like somebody can be that for you. Now, every woman think they the best thing that ever happened to a man. But
yeah,
think hypothetically, her, she's not a somebody you're gonna run into at your local Target or Walmart. No.
yeah,
But if you elite, what I mean, you going down this legendary, that's just another woman on the roster. If you keeping it in that mind frame, if you want that
yeah.
type of thing. So did he really leave her? You gotta look at did he really leave her for that woman that he's with now? 9 out of 10 times, no. That's not a good position for the rebound to be into. It's good for Instagram. It's good to get your clout up. See if you can build momentum off that. But no, we'll never. If we leave a female, if a man leaves and hop onto the next woman, more than likely he probably's not staying with that woman. And I'm not like no messy, toxic type dude that he'd be talking about with a female. What's her next steps? But it's just when a man leaves a relationship, when anybody leaves a relationship, a job, um, a friendship, a relationship, you got to go through a healing process. So if you
Mm-hmm.
popped out of there and it went into something else, most likely that shows signs. I'm not gonna say of weakness because he gonna have moments where she doesn't do something like his baby mom would. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I feel in that nature. So I think it's stages of healing, and
yeah.
going to the next person is not really convenient or conducive, uh, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
I really like that. And that's a point I didn't even think about. Like, what if, like you said, she was the real deal? It was like, this too good to be true. Nah, this too much. I gotta shake like that. And that's really how people be thinking. Men and women both do it, but especially I feel like men, because he a little younger too. Maybe he thinking like, you know, especially he a little younger too. He like, man, she'll be back. She got my kids, so it's like I'm gonna go see what's out here, and then I might come back. And then like you said, if you ain't never really had nothing like that before, this your first, because there's a lot of men who people will be. I got a homeboy. He what 8. He in his first real relationship. Everybody didn't have real relationships in high school and
Man,
college.
but I didn't have my first real relationship too about. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm 32, so I ain't gonna tell him my age, but I probably about, yeah, 27, 27, 28. First
Yeah,
real relationship. I feel like as a man, you got to see what's out here. You got to know, and this go for females too. As a man, you got to know what type of personality you like, what type of character you like, what weight size, what demeanor, what's your do's and don'ts, um, what race you like, what ethnicities, uh, what's the swagger. You got to know all the ins and out what you like about a woman, and see what if they check off on the list. Is every woman gonna meet every aspect? No, but you just gonna have to just take the good with the bad. If you're gonna wake up to some good bullshit or you're gonna wake up to some bad bullshit, either way it's gonna be shit, especially when you're dealing with somebody on a daily basis.
yeah,
Um, like somebody moving in with you, they cool, but you don't know them till you really move in with them, till they sick, till they on their period, till they
mhm,
drunk, till some traumatic happen in their family.
yeah,
Like, don't, and you'll never know. Honestly, like she probably thought she knew him, and then something happened, and she didn't think he'd change because he already had fame. He already
right,
had, so she never seen this coming. But I mean, can you be mad at her for trying to get a catch? She seemed like she already had fun. Or he probably found out something about it that came from the past and was like, "Fuck no, I ain't dealing with that. That's too much big of a stain." You get me? So it could go either way. So trying to dissect it is kind of crazy. But I feel like, man or woman, you have to date around. Like people judge, what was the girl name? Steve Harvey,
Lori
Lori.
Harvey.
But that's the perfect way to date. That's the perfect way to date, especially when you're young, because you're gonna know what type of personality you want, character you want, how tall you want your man, how hot is he in the gym, what's his career. A lot of people think about it, that's rare. She's not out here dating postmen, so it's that's an elite level of dating. I don't think people date on the elite level or even have that mindset.
Yeah,
I feel like they want it. Like you got a guy that's in your crew, he want the baddest chick, but is he really gonna get her? No. But if he curate his mindset to believe and put that on something, you gonna get one of them. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You gonna get one of them. So it's where you at a date. Some people say like, nah, I like these chicks because I feel like I got a better chance at that, and don't never want to reach for the moon. You know what I mean? They don't never want to land among the stars. They're like, shit, I'm cool. Mm.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it.
No, for sure, for sure. You saying some stuff. I ain't gonna lie. All right, the next segment, WWJD. What would Jesus do? So we know in this situation, what is also the most morally and ethically correct thing to do. We've
Right.
already stated it. We ain't sitting here judging the man. We just going off the situation. If this situation, what the best thing would have been to do is to let her know instead of her finding out the way she found out. That's the only thing I would have said. How if you gonna do it, you know what I mean? If you're gonna leave, just the best hey, this is what it will happen. And like I said, this is accountability. I throw myself out there on this podcast, say, hey, y'all, I shouldn't have did that. And there's been comments like, yeah, you wrong. And I got comments like, no, I don't blame you, wasn't wrong. But in this case, if you a man that did something like that, which we've seen, he ain't the first one. He not going to be the last one. But in a situation like that, we're not really judging her because, man, we talking about what the men do. But in this case, like I said, he could have just have let her know. I can't tell nobody that you was in the wrong spot because one thing we got to understand too is sometimes we be praying for like our kingdom spouse and God send our wife and send her, send this, and you with somebody and you going off of what you seen in your flesh, but that's not the girl God told you to marry. It just so happened now y'all done got kids, like you said earlier. You know, I should have been out here and exploring more. You know, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily exploring. You don't have to always explore, but from the angle of that wasn't who you supposed to be with. You just ended up getting pregnant and you was in a relationship with her. So many people, even on my podcast, have come and talked about, you know, being married and how a lot of we actually just had an episode I recorded today for season 9. And the man he's a mind mapping coach. He was talking about how like people be out here in serious relationships and married and having kids, and these men don't know themselves all the way because we're not taught to do that. We might be taught it in house, but we're not taught it by society.
Yeah, I mean, but that goes hand in hand with reality and household. When we growing up, especially if you're growing up in single mother households, single family households, and 9 out of 10 times can be with your mom, you're instructed to do things to please a woman.
Yeah,
Make sure things are aligned, and those are rules for the house. But as a man, and this is why it's important for a man to be in the house because of, and for a woman too. It's not rules for the house. Not just you need to know rules for the house. You know rules for the world. What the world accepts and what the world won't accept. Especially being you know, melanin skin.
yeah,
Um,
black.
because you get out into the world, yeah, you get out into the world and you see that it's not a fair shake. Like you getting up, going to the gas station. It might seem like I might just go down the house. I might just go get gas, fill it up, come back. That's not promising for you. It might sound crazy, but it's not. Um, Especially living in the South, anything can happen. So that's how I feel about that.
No, you're right. Like I said, I was blessed enough to have my dad in my house, and granted, him and my mama got a divorce earlier, and you know, in life, you know, I still we had joint custody, so I was still around him both times. And like I said, being that mama, even when they was together, I tell them all the time, like y'all are totally different people. Not even just because you man and woman, like y'all are totally different people. So I see the world a little different. And I was raised, I mean, I'm not gonna wait that long, you know. But my daddy was like, don't get married till you 40. He was like, my dad even said, I didn't know myself till after I was divorced. Because he
Yeah,
said,
I
huh?
learned. You know what's so crazy? I had a I had a quote that I made. I had a quote that I made. I got to see if I can find it. And it was crazy because in my quote, hold on, give me. I don't even know if I can go to it. I don't even know if I can go to it. But basically, I was saying in a quote, if my ways is if what I'm doing is predicated towards your happiness, should I make this my daily habit? Right?
Uh-huh.
And prime example, Valentine's Day just passed.
Yeah.
I think I'm not really too big on Valentine's Day. I feel like I show love. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, so I show love all the time. Flowers and all that. That's regular. If you're mine, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
if you're mine, that's something that comes naturally. Me caring, emotional, supportive, all the extra. You know, when you're in a relationship, what you
Yeah.
supposed. So, uh, when you're in a relationship, and especially a marriage, you really have to um know your spouse and also know yourself. I feel like every day we're consistently evolving, and I feel like when you get in a relationship, you get stagnant.
Yeah.
It's about pleasing your wife, your family, and your household. Because if you don't, you know, they say happy wife, happy life. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
just it's been made, but is that really true? Who knows? Um, so I just feel like that when it comes to just relationship standpoints. I think a man is always fully growing, and then he got to go through stuff. You're like, and that goes back to what I said. Your pop said he didn't know himself until he got a divorce. You know why? Because your pops went through a healing stage, right? Your pops went through a healing stage. Might didn't tell you about it. Might have sleepless nights, couldn't eat, deprived, stress. He went through a healing stage. That's why he feel like that. Now Jello getting up and leaving and just going to a rebound chick ain't really no healing unless he just been lost without it. Unless he been done. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
let's been done and like, man, I ain't dealing with this bullshit. I'm about to step. And I got, I'm about to hit the corner and swerve for real. This shit ain't a game.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people just wait for the opportunity. It's just like you about to break up with somebody or a female about to break up with you, and they try to start an argument and find anything. Oh, I don't like when you do this. I don't like when you do that. All right, bye, bitch. You know what I'm saying? We be like, all right,
Hmm?
bye, bitch. Go about your business. It's just like, bro, it's just like that. It's so it could be any reason. You probably just tired of it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I got some consistent people in the stream. Y'all need to comment because y'all been here for a minute. So make sure y'all comment. Let me know what you think. But we're gonna move to the final segment in the next topic, which is WSMD. What should men do? So ultimately, you have to, before you even get in this predicament, because if you knew yourself, you wouldn't be getting up and leaving nobody because you want to see what's out there. So if you knew who you was, you'd be with who you with, and then you wouldn't even have to worry about that. But like I said, unfortunately, a lot of people didn't get a chance to experience where everything they want to experience. And sometimes, and that's the unfortunate part, stuff does happen fast, and now you just caught off guard. Even like we discussed today on my episode I recorded for season 9, where we talked about, like, he even said, and he like probably about 50 something. He was just like, people be getting married and don't even know who they are. You over here talking about what you want in a wife. You don't even know what you want in you. And it's like, exactly. People don't know themselves all the way. So
I feel like, not to cut you off. That's why I feel like you have to be steady evolving.
yeah,
Like if people get stagnant, and then like social media, people be doing stuff for an image. And I feel like I feel like you're supposed to be at a point where you're never fully knowing yourself. I feel like you want to get so much better that you're unrecognizable even to yourself,
yeah,
right? Like prime example, you starting your podcast. People look at you in a different light, whether you believe it or not. And you probably been having them conversations like you having now through life. Like, this natural to you. This ain't shit. This like,
yeah,
but has it been televised? Right?
right,
So how, again, you have house rules, and then you got rules by the world that you got to live by, and then you got rules that you make up that you live by in the world, right?
yeah,
So I just feel like, and that if you study involvement, I tell my peoples all the time, you're supposed to be unrecognizable. People see you, they're not even supposed to know it's you. Oh, I didn't know that was you. You got your hair, you looking like this. This is you. Yeah, this is me. Or you could just have a glow about you that people are drawn to you.
yeah,
And a few people that's really like that. It's only a few
yeah,
people that's like that.
for sure, for sure. All right, bet y'all. Let's go ahead to the next topic for the day. So this topic centers around, we ain't talked about him in a minute on the live stream, but NLE Choppa. So NLE Choppa dropped a new song, and he apologized to his first baby mama. So we not gonna play the song because I ain't got time for copyright, but he did make a post about it. So we about to read through his post, and then we're gonna unpack that. So let me open up the screen. Let's talk about it. He said, "Dear lady, I don't know him, whatever. This is my letter of accountability to you." Well, first of all, he says, "Crescent moon out now. This is my letter of accountability to you, me righting my wrongs and standing up as a man. I apologize for any pain I've caused. It may feel long overdue, but I feel today was divine to get this message to you. You're not crazy nor delusional. Your feelings are valid and will forever be heard, even when you think they aren't. I want to exemplify what being liable is. I want to encourage men around the world to make things righteous. So God bless you for unconsciously being a teacher in my life. A boy transitioning into a man is a dense transformation, but to be an example for our son is a rewarding commodity. Happy Valentine's Day to the mother of my beautiful firstborn son." All right. So let's get to the first part. Let's go back down. What does this have to do with mental health? So, study of how we act, think, and feel. A lot of times when men do women wrong, or vice versa, when people do people wrong in general, unless you just have a heart of coal, a black heart, that stuff bothers you. And a lot of times when men do be cheating, I'm not justifying cheating. Don't come at me on TikTok saying he's saying cheating is cool. That's not what I'm saying. But when ignore a woman's feelings, when you cheating and doing all that stuff, a lot of times, realistically, most men, and people hate this comment, but men and women cheat differently. Men don't necessarily cheat because they want her emotionally or want, it's just sometimes it's things get too far. They entertain something and they go too far and they just go with it. For him as an artist using his platform to make a song and then in the song apologize to you, and then in case nobody knew, he didn't even have to tell you. You could just have people analyzing the song. You know what I'm saying? People get paid to dissect the lyrics of songs on YouTube. He could have just did it like that. So for him to make a post about it, I think it's great because I'm all about accountability, and it shows that when you go wrong, you can say, you know what, I was wrong, I was young, forgive me. I don't think it was his plea to try to get back with her. I don't think it was him like, I want to be back with you, let's make it work. He just apologized to her. He got a lot of mixed reviews. I saw that in the comments. Of course, some people's like, this is real. Once again, another man versus woman debate. Or you couldn't have called her. Now you want to apologize. I'm like, people are never satisfied. What's your take on that?
I mean, I feel like my honest opinion. I'm gonna be honest, because I've been real corporate on it. My honest opinion. My honest opinion. Do she probably care? No. Does she know
Right.
she talked about? Yes. Is she securing whatever she's trying to secure? Yes. She have a child. Most likely, it sounds like he's not with her. Um, he's in the music industry, so it's politics as well. So controversy and wealth make the world go around. So to me, it's like, let me find some drama, or let me curate some drama in my life, or it's probably not even that. Or drama just coming to him.
Yeah.
Game is an evil business. So it's it depends on how he's trying to take it. But obviously, he said something that sounded like it was degrading. I didn't listen to it. I know he got only probably listened to like his radio songs. So probably said something that was degrading. And probably was in his mode and just was going off. So that's probably what it was, and he probably was getting flack for it. So that's what I think probably happened. But he apologized. I mean, hopefully she forgive him, or she probably just don't even care. She probably just like, hey, we got a child together. Let's do the best we can do to raise our child. It is what it is. But I mean, it is what it is at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. What would I do in this situation? One thing about me, um, I have never been too shy to apologize when I was wrong. I'm actually in a stage in my life where in the past, I don't want to make this too much about other people because we're talking about what would I do. But I made a promise to myself that like I used to have people that I was cool with, friends with, stuff like that. You know, girls I dated ain't really never really just did nothing crazy to me like that. But like when people would get mad, you know how people do when they get mad, they take it to social media and do the most, or they try to drag you through the mud to anybody who will listen. I told myself that I would never take another private apology for public disrespect because I will take it and I forgive you because I have to, because my salvation is on the line. But as far as taking you back, I don't know if I could do that, only because if you out here trying to blast me publicly, which I've had people do, then they'll go behind the scenes, like when nobody's looking, apologizing, like, hey, my bad. I just want to say my bad. And then we go around telling people, oh yeah, we back cool, but you didn't say what you say what you did. And you might could say that's petty. I don't know if is that, you think that's petty?
I mean, I just, to be honest with you, I know a lot of people. I got a lot of associates, but only had a few friends.
Yeah.
So the friends I do have are good and solid. I do make a lot of connections that's genuine. Just being me,
Yeah.
I think I draw a lot of people to me. But I'm not in the game to. I don't do well with disrespect because I show everybody respect. So
Yeah.
if you blatantly try just say blackball me or disrespect me, it's because you're really trying to see me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You really trying to take me there. So
Yeah.
I really don't deal with that. People trying to play with me on the internet or nothing because I'm just the type of person, I catch you on Walmart, aisle 5 while you trying to get some new sheets and covers or something. I'm not one of them people trying to play with them games because it's not a game. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
internet's a thing. Uh, Especially when you're involved with your career and you got a lot of things that's operating, you got families, you got places that you try to be. I'm not having pointless conversations. I feel like blackballing and a lot of things come from pointless conversations. Shit that
Yeah.
ain't really got to do with nothing. Somebody said told you something, they said you said something. It's like that's females. I don't have them conversations. My conversation with my friends about growing. So if I'm gonna get blackballed for growing and being prosperous and staying on my 10 toes, then I could take that. But as far as anything else, it's just conversation I'm just not having in general. I'm not on
Yeah.
the phone talking to my peers about hoes and what's going on and who on the list and who I'm trying to take down and who that ain't me. Um,
Yeah.
my everyday life is uh, curated and allocated uh, just to being righteousness for real. And I ain't trying to be serious. I'm being dead serious. Like it's righteousness, prosperity. That's what my daily life and conversations is about. What's the next move? That's what it's on. How can we do that? But fathers having pointless conversations about anything. I didn't did that. I didn't live my 20s, so
Yeah.
it, I get it. But yeah, but you still do run across that in family, right?
Yeah.
Family really will. With family, the real motherfuckers will really try to play you as family.
Yeah.
Now, as far as my peers, I don't have that problem because we don't need to take it there. Family, yeah, will drag you on some shit that especially black family, that Trinity ain't got nothing to do with. You hear me? They'll call you, tell you about somebody else. You don't say them what they want to hear, then it's fuck you too. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, look, I ain't gotta deal with none of this. But other than that, I still stay distant from them, man. I got an episode where I actually talk about on my podcast, Unhealed
Plug
and
it.
Toxic. Uh, what do I do to protect my peace? And to protect my peace, I will do anything. You hear me? I will do anything
Yeah.
to protect my peace. There's no limit to what I won't do to protect my peace.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a conversation we've had on my podcast too, where we kind of dissected both sides of the ball with that, because sometimes people protect their peace a little too much and they just don't deal with stuff. And like I said, we'll get too off topic. We have to say that for when you actually get on the show for real, because it's just a live stream. This the appetizer. But what I'll say with this situation is, I'm sorry. I have no problem apologizing when I was wrong. Like I said, you the type, you basically saying like I shouldn't even have to apologize. I mean, you will if you have to, but you saying I don't wrong people. So if you felt I wronged you, we can talk about it, but I don't just intentionally wrong nobody. So, you know, and I get that, because a lot of people out here who like, if I wronged you, then that wasn't intent, my bad. But I wouldn't, but with him, for him to, I think, make a post, I think that says something. Like me, I ain't no rapper, right? But I am a content creator. I am a YouTuber and a podcaster. So, I don't, if I was, and the only way I feel like I would take it to, and he using it, he's doing what artists do. They take life and you put it in their content. They make art out of it. That's what a real content, that's what a real, artist does. So I salute him for that. Would I turn it into art? Possibly. Like I said, in this case, a podcast episode, say for instance, or if I develop a show in the future and I can, write it in or incorporate it in some way. So from that aspect, I think he's showing his creativity. I'll say that.
Right. I think he's showing this. I think it is creative, but and again, it's controversy. Controversy make the world go around. Controversy is nothing but politics. So
So I'm gonna ask you again, because you said it earlier, but I'm gonna ask you because I want to see is a yes or no. You think he doing it? I mean, we don't know, but just your opinion, because this is
yes,
unfiltered.
yes. For sales, controversy makes the world go around. It's politics. That's all it is. Politics is sales. That's
Yeah,
what it is. We talk about what Trump do. Trump Towers ain't is still getting sales. People still booking rooms. It's a brand.
Yeah.
So if I could put you and talk about you on my podcast, and that makes what? That's lucrative.
Yeah.
And it's drawing attention to his baby mother. I don't even know who his baby mother is, right? But I could tap in and be like, oh, this is baby mother? Damn. Now she the next hottest thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now Brian out to her. You see what I'm saying? It's a catch
Mm-hmm.
22. At the same time, I'm talking about you, but nobody knew who you was till I started talking about you.
Yeah.
Now you
Yeah.
got a man. You know what I mean? She probably talked to somebody in the league. Now she lit. She turned up now. First she was just
She
in a shop a baby mother. Now you somebody you never even thought she was. Now you somebody's wife.
look, she gonna go from NLE baby mama being talked about in the song to now she got a Fashion Nova deal because you know everybody Fashion Nova get deals to everybody. So as soon as like she get a little
I'm
clout,
telling I'm telling you.
now she gonna be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
WWJD, what would Jesus do? I mean, we all already know what the Bible says about forgiveness
Right,
and
right, right,
accountability.
right.
So we ain't really got to go
You
too
lit.
deep in that.
You lit. Yeah.
You know, you apologize, you move on. It ain't if it ain't for you, you do it because you're supposed to do it. If they take it, cool. If they don't, cool. I don't know her response. I might see if she ever respond just out of curiosity, but I won't do a segment on it. I would just go see out of curiosity, but you know. And
Right,
then
right.
WSMD, what should men do in this situation? So I'm gonna start with you before we go to the final topic. You was in a situation, you wronged one of your old ladies, you maybe wronged one of your current ladies. Just hypothetically, we ain't wishing that on you. You disrespected her publicly. Would you make maybe a podcast episode or some type of content that's centered around that in a way? Or because you're gonna apologize privately and publicly, you don't have to do one or the other. But depending on like the extent of what it was, would you do that?
Um, I feel like in certain situations, you don't know what you're gonna do until that situation happens, right?
Yeah,
So I can't tell you if it's gonna be private or publicly, but um, if it's my family, it's my child's mother, I feel like the I'm already gonna have an understanding of the person. But then again, you never know who you are. You never know who you're dealing with.
yeah,
More likely, it's gonna be the other way around. I'm not gonna even entertain anything that comes from that way, right? But it's I can say that I would apologize because there's gonna be tense moments where I'm gonna say something that the person ain't gonna like. But that's just me. I
yeah,
ain't really trying to shelter no feelings. If I say something, it's gonna be authentic, whether you like it or not, or you feel like I shouldn't have said it. If I feel like you're not taking that best action, or you're using this to try to degrade me and don't care how I feel, of course I'm gonna say something.
yeah,
But then again, why am I expecting that of you anyway? If why I'm expecting you to be perfect, because nobody's perfect,
yeah, yeah.
especially if it's me.
And it's funny because I always said, and I'm gonna ask you this. This is technically off topic, but not really because we talking about podcasting, right? So you know how, say for instance, somebody came out with a big following and they came at you publicly, like let you have it, like talk so bad about you, and say they got a big following too. Now your flesh might be to say, I'm finna respond back like they responded to me, but here's how I would do it. If I'm the type to say right now, it's like we're gonna use the name here. Mr. Lotus got on TikTok live, Instagram live, and the shade room picked it up. He didn't blast Izzy, he didn't let Izzy have it from 10, 20, 30 minutes straight. Everybody was ripping him apart. And now everybody in Izzy comments like, Izzy, you didn't see what he said. You said so. My first reaction, this is just me, and hopefully this maybe somebody can pick up this if this happened to them. My first reaction would say, let's do it. I'm gonna email you, or when I get to that point, I'm gonna have my team email your team and say, "Hey, let's have a discussion about this on the and like something like this and go live, or do it in person and it go live." so that we can get to the bottom of whatever the issue is. Because my logic is, let's show people what problem conflict resolution look like, and let me see if I can help you out with whatever I did that you ain't like. So that, you know what I'm saying, we can show what conflict resolution look like, and to show that, you know, and on my back of my head, like you said, something about controversial, I'm finna get some good content out of this too. So it's a
Right.
double-edged sword in a good way. But so for instance, let's say, how I want to say this. So from another angle, let's say you will be on some stuff like, well, no, I ain't doing none of that. I'm not gonna do what you did. I'm not going to get on live spitting, hollering, and yelling in anger. I ain't gonna do that. I might make an episode that centers around the topic and address it then, and I still at that point probably wouldn't even say your name. But it would be like, if
Right.
you know, you know. But that's just me.
I mean, I feel like you gotta take things like you gotta take things and you gotta use them, because people go through them situations every day and don't know how to go through them situations. Also, got another segment on my podcast I talk about on Unhealed and Toxic. Just because somebody is unhealed doesn't mean you can't learn nothing from them. Everybody has a drunk person in their family, somebody who did drugs, especially if you're black, somebody who just going through any trials and tribulations, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I feel like if somebody was to be irrational and wanted me to match their energy, and that's just how they felt that day.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like controversy again, that's what like said. I got people that call me every day, be like, man, you need to go on your show. You need to be messy. You need to say X, Y, and Z. You need to do this. You need to do that. And I tell them, the real gonna feel me. If they don't, they don't. I get what you're saying. You're not saying it in a bad way. You're just saying it to grow traction. But like prime example, nowadays I be saying dudes on podcasts say something gay just to get some traction. And it just be like, bro, I'm not doing that. I don't care if you try to throw me 50,000 right now. Be like, you can have this if you say this, or you could talk
Yeah.
about. I'm not doing it, bro. It's not worth it. I it's not worth it. It ain't about my pride, my ego, nothing. It's just about me being Lotus and sticking to what I know. And then
Yeah.
once I get it to what I know, then I'm cool. I'm cool if I don't make a dollar because I'm being me. So that's my best interest. But I feel like people always gonna have something to say. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So just like you started your podcast, people are like, you ain't gonna start no podcast. Then you started. He ain't gonna make another episode. He ain't gonna have somebody else on there. So I think the proof gonna show. It ain't gonna do nothing to me though. If they feel that
Yeah.
type of way, I might don't even acknowledge it. I might
Yeah.
let them keep talking and then just keep coming out with something else. That's how I
No.
do it. I like to put it in their face to let them know that they ain't stopping nothing. Because if you can cultivate or you can corrupt somebody else's mind to put poison in their ear about me, fuck all y'all. I'm gonna go get 50 new people. You hear me? 100 new people. That's how I feel about it. I'm not
Yeah.
really gonna pay attention.
No, for sure, for sure. All right, listen, this segment on that. That was some hot fire right there. All right, for the final topic, we're talking about Trump's administration to crack down on food stamps. But when he's cracking down on food stamps, they cracking on what you can. I don't know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just play the quick clip of the video, and we're gonna go from there. All right, let's do it.
So, what's your reaction to this possibility? Do you think this is a good or a bad idea?
You know, Anna, one of the things as a cardiologist we've been incredibly concerned about is the burgeoning obesity in this country, diabetes, hypertension. All of those are risk factors that do what? Lead to cardiovascular disease. Heart disease is the number one killer of Americans, it's the number one killer of women. And so we've been very concerned about this continues to be the number one killer. Certainly, food is a big part of it. And we know that 80% of all heart disease is actually preventable. It's not genetic.
Well, some would say, this sounds really insensitive that they're not going to let people who are on food stamps be able to buy the food that they want to eat. But can you talk a little bit about how things have changed in our history? I studied community health when I was in college, and back in the day, it used to be that when you were poor, you couldn't get enough to eat. And now when you're poor, very often, because the foods are so, high in calories, but low in actual nutrients, there's an obesity problem for people who are in poverty.
Anna, you're absolutely correct. There are two sides to that coin. People still don't get enough to eat. They're getting empty calorie foods that are not nutrient dense. And when we look at both sides of that coin, very well intended. However, there are still people, especially those in rural America and some areas on the margins of urban America, that are in these food deserts, and you really only have access to what is available to you. You have to remember that 25% of people that are utilizing food stamps are disabled, another 20% are elderly, 40% are children. So we have to take into account all of these things. Additionally, this is actually being used as money, and fruits and vegetables are so much more expensive than cheap food. And so that still doesn't correct for how are you going to have enough food stamps to buy these fresh items. And so all of that it seems to still need to be worked out.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like right now it's just an idea. It's just something that's sort of being proposed and getting hammered out. But you're right, something ought to be done in tandem as well to try to help these folks get fruits and vegetables and make them accessible and not so doggone it.
These folks.
Right, these folks. Let's get into the mental health aspect of it, which is, what does this have to do with mental health? So, again, final segment, the study of how we act, think, and feel. Trump is to ban food stamps from getting junk food. Let's be real here with food stamps. As somebody who has had food stamps at one point in their life, not as a child, but like when I was in college and stuff, and then right after college when I had lost a job, I mean, I was getting like 190 food stamps for like 2 years. Crazy. Good times. Anyway, people don't.
They gave me like, they found out I was in school. They gave me like $10 a month. I swear to God, $25 a month. No cap. They said, "Oh, you in school? Yeah, we ain't getting no." So I didn't get food stamps, niggas in school.
Yeah, with Texas was a little different. Where did you go to school at?
I went to I was at that time I was going to Virginia Union.
Oh yeah, maybe that's why difference out here back then too. But let's talk about that. So first of all, do I agree with him if this is true and he's doing that? I'm 100% for that, because I have family members, not my immediate family, who was getting food stamps, and I'm seeing the food stamps hint, and they ain't buying nothing but honey buns and Oreos and pizza rolls and all this stuff that, like she said, it's empty calories because it's not nutrient dense. You just eating a bunch of junk. And like, we didn't watch the whole video, but at the end, it was a tagline that said, "We're the most unhealthiest country." That's the reason. You know what I'm saying? There are so many new those ingredients on those foods that we eat regularly that are banned in other countries. And like I said, people probably saw, and of course the headline's gonna push it because they try, no matter what that man do, he gonna be wrong. Like how you even made the comment earlier about if people really, you didn't say it, but I'm gonna just interpret it and you can correct me if I'm wrong. But you was kind of saying like people do stuff for controversy because Trump Tower was still making money. So if people really didn't mess with him like they say they did, why? And he ain't losing no money nowhere. Yeah. But with the whole food stamp thing, I think that if that's what they're gonna do, I think it's a great idea, because sometimes you have to destroy the road to destruction because we ain't strong enough not to do it. So if you trying to eat healthy, say for instance, you ain't got nothing, you on food stamps, you ain't supposed to be eating that junk, but it's the cheapest and you want to get the bang for your buck in your mind. Now with food stamps, you can't buy that stuff. You literally have to buy legit, solid, whole foods, real foods. So now you've been forced into healthiness. If you get what I'm saying, does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it goes either way. You could say yeah, nay, but food stamps is really primarily for yourself and also for people who got kids. So like, you can't just take that away and say, I want this. Donald Trump ain't never been on food stamps, right?
Yeah.
So he don't even know what aspects, what did that mean? Like, you don't got nothing to eat in the house and all you got is a honey bun and probably with like a rainbow brownie or a zebra cake. That shit fill you up. What if your stove ain't working? You know what I'm saying? What if it's a power outage? What if anything happens? You can eat a honey bun cold or hot. Yeah, is it good for you? Hey and they know, but I'm already on food stamps. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. What else you trying to control? You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to make me you feel like if I eat more vegetables, that's what made me get more money. I'm gonna have more energy to go apply for more job. Like, what is your logic behind it?
Yeah.
What are you trying to control? You trying to control the food. You trying to control the business. It's all it is control. That's all it is. It's control, bro. It's nothing else. It's control. I don't agree with it 100%. I could kind of see what he's talking about, or just make the shit cheaper. Eat a healthy cause. Make the shit cheaper. Don't dictate where my money go to food stamps just because it's coming from the government. I still gotta find ways to satisfy myself.
Yeah. Yeah. WWID, what would I do in this situation? So I'd see both sides. This is a great argument, I believe, or debate, I should say, because that's a point that I didn't. It's like you didn't realize till you said it. Like he ain't ever been on food stamps, so why are you trying to do that with the food stamps? Because and I get what you saying. Say, what if the power go out? What if our stove ain't working? Then what we gonna eat? Well, you know what I'm saying. And we trying to get through the day, with that honey bun because real food expires faster. So now, it's been times people grew up saying all I ate was ramen noodles every day because that's all we could afford. So, and then that's a great question or great statement that we could pose. Well, why was the food so high? We need to make it cheaper. And a lot of America's money goes to all these third world countries, and it's like you got people in your own city, in your own country that's going under financially, but all these
Honest, not to cut you off, I don't even believe that. I don't even believe that. They telling us money. That's what they saying. I don't believe nothing they saying. You honestly believe I think they sending? That's just what they putting in the news. I honestly think I believe they sending them billions and billions of dollars. That's what they told you. It's like a girl. Like you're not gonna believe everything she say when you first start talking to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to leave this news reporter because he's been on here 5, 6 years, and the first time he let him go. I don't believe they sending $1 billion to these countries. I don't believe it. I just don't. I'm honest. You ask me, I don't believe it. Just because you told me that, you expect me to believe that? No, I believe that you're lying to me first. That's what I believe, and I believe that you're just doing whatever you want. You know what I mean? That's what I believe.
Yeah.
I don't believe sending money to other countries. They just that's how they control America. Yes, we have money. Yes, we're the powerful country. No, we're not going to give it to our citizens. No, you're not equal. This is what is it's a system.
Yeah.
It's not a game. It's a system.
You dropping the gems today, I'm not gonna lie. All right, now let's go to the next segment, which is WWJD. What would Jesus do in this situation? So let's remove food stamps. Let's again just get into the principle of the thing, which I kind of prefaced earlier when I said sometimes somebody has to destroy the road to destruction. Let me give you what I mean. So we're going to take food stamps out the way. But like I said, with food stamps going down the line of, and I get the whole, I want to make my choice. But the lot, say for instance, one that comes to mind, say you got a sneaky link. Somebody you ain't supposed to be sneaking and linking with. No, you're not supposed to. You could be single. You just say, this is toxic. I need to stop doing this, but I just can't, right?
Right.
You got saved when they out of nowhere blocked you on everything. Because if it was up to you, you wasn't going to stop because you couldn't stop. Now, they done blocked you on everything, so now you ain't got no way to do it. Another example of this. I don't know about you, but I done been there with a credit card. You kept running it up, playing with it. You would pay down on it. Then something happened, you use it again, pay down on it. Something happened, you use it again. Now the company just came out of nowhere and said, pay the rest of the bill, but you cannot use this credit card no more. They didn't save you because you was going to keep that same cycle going.
I just feel as though in that aspect, when it comes to a woman is going to move off emotions. So a woman can trick herself and believe that you're doing something and you're not really doing nothing. Just say, even if you is outside, you're outside all the time. I feel like you're doing this. I feel like you're doing that. No, I have the potential to replace you. So that's why you feel the way how you feel. So I really can't go off how you feel with my reality, right?
Yeah.
Um, and like you said, a credit card is a system. It's a business too as well. So, and that goes with relationship. A relationship is a system. It's your system, and it's a business as well. Um, if I feel like something is not going the way I wanted to go, I have the right to cut it off. I have the right to have an expiration date. I have the right to have a limit. Right? I have you treat me well, your limit get exceeded. You don't treat me well, your limit get done. Well, okay, well, just pay back the balance you owe. Um, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
So we could just use that just as life values. If I'm a credit card company, I'm a primary, I'm the superior, right? And I
Yeah.
give the limit. Say everybody first credit card off at 500. You have to show me your worth for me to give you an extra 500, right? 1,000. Once you show me your worth, and then show your worth is about building trust, then your limit goes up.
Yeah.
Now, happens, and can we put you on a payment plan? Can things happen? Yeah, yeah, you can do that. And I feel like it's the same way you got to treat a relationship and a job, anything.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. All right, y'all. Final segment, which is WSMD. What should men do? I guess in this situation, um, we just talking about if you have the authority to take over something or to put something into place. I guess I'm more so like I get the side of you destroying the way that leads to destruction. He's on the other side of, well, how you destroying something that you've never lived. So, and this again, this is a universe. That's why I like the live stream, because these segments, there this stuff be happening, but these principles we can extract and place in other places. What if you a principal at a school and you the boss there, and you say, okay, moving forward, we're gonna say what some principals would do that would be not fair. Like they might say, everybody has to not do a certain duty or something, but it's like, did you ever do that duty before? Why are you saying we have to do this and you ain't never done it before and you don't know how difficult that is? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, just have to put yourself in the shoes of the person, and some people can't do that and some people can. It just depends on the situation. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that, because I know how these go, especially these clips about to go on TikTok. I already know the engagement, the stuff you were saying, I already know. What was I about to say? Anything else you want to share before we go today? This has been a great episode.
Man, tune in. Tune in. What's your name of your podcast again?
PSA, the Mental Health Podcast.
Man, tune in to PSA Mental Health Podcast. I appreciate you for having me. Um, I appreciate your wisdom, your time. I know you allocated a lot of time today, and just being punctual too. So it's been good. You really got me thinking of ways I can do it, because I was thinking of, I didn't know we could do live stream. I was trying to have my podcast just straight some up close and personal. I really like this, so I'm stealing this idea from you. So this is a great idea that I'm definitely about to use. Have different topics on, and yeah, I really like this. So you brought something new to my eyes. Yeah, hopefully we can do it again too as well, because this good, man. You got something good going on. So I think you guys should follow my man. He's on the path. Seems like he has a righteous spirit, and he ain't bullshit. A lot of people out here bullshit. He ain't throwing nothing. He's saying his real truth, and that's what we need in this world. 2025 need to be the year about truth. So I really appreciate you for having me.
For sure. And tell the people the name of your podcast again and where they can find you at. And I'm gonna put it in the show notes too.
Okay, yeah, my podcast is called Unhealed and Toxic. Um, my first season, so I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like the reason why I called it Unhealed and Toxic, because everything we watch, especially in the African American community, is unhealed. We got Red Balloon Challenge, we got the Red Pill Challenge, we got Bad Girls Club, we got what else is out here? Love and Hip Hop. All these shows is curated the toxic drama, and I want to just let people know because that's really how they view us. They view us as unhealed and toxic.
Yeah.
And just because we unhealed, and so we're going from unhealed and toxic to healed and renewed. So that's the final stage. And
Okay.
yeah, I hope you guys tune in. And my podcast my podcast called Unhealed and Toxic. I just dropped my first episode on Valentine today, so hope you guys tune in and watch that as well.
All right, bet. That's what's up. So he gonna send me the link and I'm putting in the show notes for the YouTube description as well. And stay on after here. I got something to tell you. All right, y'all. That's it. I'll make sure y'all tune in next Monday for the live stream. Remember, I'm gonna keep publishing. Season 9 will drop April 10th. And this week I'll also be recapping the old episode. So you have to tune in tomorrow to see which episode I'm gonna recap. PSA signing out. Always remember, keep your head up like your neck hurt. Remember who you are. Make your mind up. Don't let it make you. And remember, I love us for real.